Hello, it's me again. You already know who I am. My name's on the screen. Alright. So this is the other Mirror's Edge game. But it's New Game Plus this time. This game doesn't actually have New Game Plus, so you just kind of replay the missions in the menu. Sorry, I can't read what's your name. It's Steve. Formerly known as Dave, but we go by Steve now. Are you ready, Matthew? 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So, first of all, we can't really do anything at the moment. We just have to walk down here because we've been released from prison. We were very bad, apparently. If you want to know why we were in prison, don't bother watching the cutscene, it doesn't tell you. You have to buy a separate comic book that came out with the game. So, good lore. There's also one giant elephant in this room. You can't even use guns in this game, so I won't be shooting at all. Yeah, I have a cold. But yeah, I physically cannot even shoot in this game, even if I wanted to. There are no guns. So, first of all, we're gonna go outward bounds and skip the whole tutorial just by doing a double wall climb and landing on this peg, and then climbing up this wall. Quick turn in this game is incredibly broken, so if you climb up a wall and then you quick turn and you jump straight away, you'll just go higher up the same wall. That's pretty much that, what you just saw. The camera like freaks out and you go higher. I don't really want to risk losing a bunch of time here, so I'm just gonna jump over this gap and take a death abuse. Wow. Matt managed to do the FFZ thing. Thanks, Spring. Right, so this level's pretty linear. We're just kind of gonna go through it partially intended, but we're gonna do a few tiny little shortcuts. Usually in this game, like in a new game, there's a skill tree and you have to buy all the skills and stuff like that. But since this is New Game Plus, we already have a fully completed save. So we have all of the skills from the start. Here's the first like skip in the game that we're gonna do, with something called a float glitch. So if I get on here and then I walk back until her right foot like goes up a bit, like that, and then I just hold crouch and walk back, I'll get stuck floating like this. And there's just enough room to land on this vent here, which will skip more of the tutorial. And then we can just stick our giant booty through this door and hit a checkpoint. Sometimes. There we go. Alright, so if I don't look up or down here, I'm gonna get slow motion. Which I got anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna stun these guys and wedge myself in this corner so I can climb up here, skip another part of the tutorial. But we're gonna head down this way instead of going up. And we're gonna do another little skip here just by grabbing this. That just saves like going around one level. This area is basically just like going around the edges to go to the top. There's clever little ways to just not go all the way around every time. I'm just gonna climb up here now. Not really the way they want you to go, but again, saves going around the room once. And then I'm going to do something called a ledge board. So in this game you can springboard anywhere, as long as there's like a lump on the floor like this. Yeah. So if you are hanging on a wall and there's something to the left or right of where you're hanging, the game will think it's like a bump in the floor and you can just springboard off of it by jumping out of the hang, spamming jump. And that's the whole of the tutorial. Yeah, I found the door. I was hitting the door every time, but you have to crouch at like a specific time. Otherwise her butt doesn't extend far enough and go through the door. And that's what I was doing wrong. But we got there eventually. We clapped them cheeks. This is just introducing you to the focus meter, which basically the more focus you have, the less damage you take, I think is what that does. It doesn't really explain it well, and you never have to pay attention to it. Ignore it, because everyone else does. And that's the end of mission 1. Now we use the menu to go to mission 2, because this game doesn't actually have New Game Plus. Loading times in this game are kind of long. But yeah, I'm gonna do a dash here, which skips a cutscene and breaks this guard. Usually it does like an introduction cutscene to him, but now he's just like standing here and I can do everything the game wants me to do without even like, without him fighting back. I can clap you whenever you like, Henja.
Not yet. Well, I'm sure you can work something out. And if not, I'll come with you.
Yeah, you just kind of like kick him and then he falls over. You have to like make these touch each other and you can kill them. If you just kill them normally, the game will fail you for some reason.
Great. Just one more and we're good for now.
The easiest way to kill enemies is by jumping or running and then kicking them. Like kicking them from the ground is very slow.
Okay.
You either want to run on something, jump off and kick them, or climb something, jump off and kick them. You never just want to kick them.
I had enough of this crap in prison.
Don't get involved.
Like Mario, exactly.
You're okay. I took care of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I saw that, Faith. Told you you couldn't fool me.
The end of that mission.
You just helped that Locust, Noah.
I don't really remember what we do in that mission, but... Oh yeah, we steal like data chips or something. It's an introductory mission that shows you what the collectibles of the game are. But you have to do it for some reason.
Where's the dead drop?
So, on this one, they want us to deliver something to someone, but they keep running around and they're like, oh, meet us here instead. It's a little bit of a run. This one introduces you to the new mechanic in the series, which is light attacks that you can use while like moving, so you don't have to slow down. Yeah. Just makes it so you can run past people and stuff like that. Like usually it doesn't slow you down. If you played the first game, you'll know you had to like come to a standstill just to punch somebody. That's the end of that mission. And now we do like the first proper story mission. Thanks, Bewix. So now we're gonna break into a facility and steal a recipe for an energy drink. Very good lore. For some reason you climb these faster if you keep spamming jump. That's a fun little fact.
I'm in.
So, for anyone not familiar with this series, this game came out 8 years after the first one and was made by a completely different team.
Yeah, I hope so. Once you find the elevators, you can climb one of the shafts or free ride one of the carts up.
Who have since left that studio and gone on to do other stuff. I believe the lead developer for this game is now a Minecraft dev, while everyone else went off to do VR titles.
It will be seen to. Anything else?
Actually, yes. Yesterday I happened on a project subhash referring to something called Kingdom, and some of the ethical implications of what I found were troubling.
What goes on at Kingdom is no concern of yours, Director.
Mr. Kruger, I was promised full oversight, and from what I can see, their research pertains to what we do here.
If you value your position, you will not assume the matter.
I'm just gonna wait here a little bit, because sometimes if you jump off too early you just fall straight down,
I found a way
which
into
you can do.
agricultural.
Apart from wait.
I think Gabriel Kruger was here.
So instead of going the left way like the game wants us to, we're gonna abuse a springboard here
I'm finishing this.
and climb up this side instead, which will allow us to get high enough here to jump straight up to the next level. If we do it right, of course. Which I didn't. I suck. Okay, we're good. Okay. It's a little bit slow.
I wonder what Gabriel Kruger is doing in bed with the Mortel family in Elysium. The less we know about that, the better. Information is power.
I've done it again. I've done it slow. But yeah, we're breaking in here to find a recipe for somebody. But we actually just end up finding someone else who's breaking in and he's stealing something way more cool.
A new enzyme. Some sort of nutritional enhancer. Raposa wants it.
I'm at the office area.
Good. Connect to any terminal in workroom 4H. The shotgun will do the rest.
Water makes a different pouring sound depending on its temperature.
At the terminal.
I don't know if that's a real fact. I would believe it.
You don't have to prove anything to me. I want you back here alive and safe, okay?
So again, more vents. This game has a lot of vents in it, similar to the first one. You crawl through them a lot faster in this game. Yeah, I think you would definitely lie. It's the way it is. Sorry. This is actually a loading screen.
Faith, are you there?
They'll just keep
Later, I need an exit.
playing until it's finished loading and then it will let me skip it.
We'll take it from there. Faith, just try to get out. Fight if you have to, but get out of there. Secret, see what you can do to help her.
How much oob is there? There's a fair amount of oob.
Faith, I see you. Get down to the floor below and I'll shoot you a line.
So what you just saw me do there with the jumping, like this, it's actually harder than it looks. There's like, if you do a wall run and then you jump, when you land on the floor, there's like a couple frames where you can input jump at, like, there's a few frames where if you do the jump input, you'll just keep all of your speed. And you'll just like keep jumping with the speed from the wall boost. If you take too long, you land on the floor and you get back to your like regular speed. Oh, that's an issue with it though. If you do a bunny hop, you can't do a springboard out of it because the game still thinks you're wall running. So you kind of just vault over the springboards. I actually didn't think I was going to get one then. I intentionally pressed the button a bit later because I thought I would just land and then do the springboard straight away. But, yeah. The schedule's not fucked, but 2 of the games that were supposed to be ran couldn't be ran, so these 2 were in place of them. It says Titanfall 2 right now, but this is the replacement for Titanfall 2. Okay, that's that mission. The thing the other person was stealing, he took some cyanide because he got caught, and then we stole it instead because we like sloppy seconds. So this mission's strange, and inside this elevator there's just something you can grab, and if you do it will go off without you. I'm not quite sure why that's there. Now we're gonna try and climb up this thing. Basically I have to get a certain height on my springboard and then I can climb this thing. This is by far not intended. You're supposed to take the elevator up there and then go across and fight your way down this building. That is very slow, so it's gotta go in the way that you come out, which is these stairs. There's a trigger right here that'll update the mission. If you go too far up the stairs, your game will just infinitely load, and there's no way you can fix it. Like you can't even like restart the game. You just have to delete your save because you'll like die and then it will load and then you'll spawn in dead and that was that whole mission. Say oob again. Oob. Like boob but without a b. That was the first oob, I believe.
Almost there, Dogan.
This one has more oobs. Actually, this one has a pair of oob.
The 2 what?
Alright, so I have never done that before. We're gonna abuse wall climbing mechanics in this game to like just avoid ladders and stuff wherever we can. So that thing I just did there avoided 2 ladders. This mission has a really big this game has issues with like it just tries to assist you on everything. If you jump and you're near a wall, you'll stick onto the wall. If you jump near a ledge, you'll grab the ledge even if you don't want to. Just stuff like that. Sometimes it's very annoying. Sometimes it's helpful though. There's just a lot of wall climbing and quick turning.
What about the employees here?
You're probably thinking, why did you jump that far? That's called a collision boost. That's one of the glitches surviving from the beta. And it only survived because it was the only one that wasn't posted on Reddit. But yeah, now we're out of bounds by the way, all we had to do was jump over that wall. I'm gonna fall on here. In this game, if you kick and there's a space under something, you'll like clip into it for some reason. You can use that to skip this area. It also works with punching. You just sort of like go into anything with a hole under it. Hello, Benedictator.
Of course, wherever there's intrigue, you'd find the Malice twins.
But yeah, now we just ride this elevator, and this building looks like it's a block of cheese, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree. This trick here, you climb this thing, but for some reason, on a handful of people's computers, it doesn't work. And we think it's related to your processor, which is strange, I know, but on my first PC it wouldn't work, and then when I upgraded my processor it did work, so that's why I think it's processor related. Yeah. Some people can't climb up this thing and they have to do it another way, but most people can. This is a giant sequence break, by the way. This is the way you exit the building. Like, we just updated a trigger and now it thinks we're on our way out. We haven't even gone in there yet. You're supposed to like go inside the massive thing here, all the way to the top, and then lower a giant pendulum and blah 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 blah. They're not considered an unfair advantage. I mean, the other ways to do it aren't slower or anything. In fact, I think one of them's easier. I just like doing it the other way because it looks cooler. But that was the first way we found to do it. And it was only me and one other guy that it didn't work for, so they were like, nah, fuck you guys. We had to learn to do it another way. The first Mirror's Edge was better.
I'll let you know about the blueprint. And then
Okay, that's the end of that mission. I don't remember what we do in that mission other than releasing the pendulum.
so discuss your potential procurement
Yeah.
of that drawing.
This is mission number 6? I think 6. Called Flytrap. Basically, our friend has gone missing and we need to go find him.
No, I just talked to Icarus. I think he's nearby.
Okay, good. He's alive. That's a relief. Thanks for
It's
the
not a
update.
sequel, man. It's a reboot. Okay, so we found our missing friend.
I thought I'd say
He's a bit of a dick. This is one of the earliest skips found, and it's called the Jackie Chan. I'll let you see why. Not because you die.
First time out.
It's called the Jackie Chan. I'll let you see why.
Columns.
There you go. The Jacqueline Channing.
There. Done. You owe me one.
I do.
No, the dying is not part of the skip. Why am I not?
If you're looking for an easy way back up, maybe there's an elevator.
Now we just need to climb this shaft. There is a skip you can do here that I would usually do in runs, but I actually made a mistake when I gave my estimate, so I don't want to waste any time potentially losing like half a minute.
Icarus.
Is he a jerk?
For about 11 Hekigan joined it with Noah.
I can believe that.
Come back here, bro. Intimidating, but she paid well.
Noah?
Yeah, usually you can climb up the shaft without the elevator, but
They're headed toward the lair.
it's hard, and if you fail you lose a lot of time. My estimate's kind of tight, so I'm just going to take the elevator and hope that I make the estimate.
We have to go back, Faith. Meet you there.
Damn it!
Most people are jerks. Well, not a jerk, Chops. I love you.
Faith, I see smoke.
Alright, so the policemen's are raiding our hideout because they don't like athletic people.
Hang in there. We're coming.
It's nothing to do with the fact that we take illegal content and deliver it to other people. They just don't like athletic people.
Damn it. I never thought they'd go this far. We have to hurry.
So we're gonna go to the lair that's on fire and see what's up. See if we can help out a little. I doubt everyone's dead already. Hasn't been that long, right? He's just asleep, don't worry about it.
Another lair.
I'm nearby.
Everyone's dead,
Details to
so
worry about.
good stuff.
The beat is quiet.
Alright, we're gonna do a skip here, where we kill these two, otherwise they're gonna shoot us when we're out of bounds. And we try and get on this lamppost, and then on this. And from here we might be able to springboard out of bounds, like that. It's actually a lot harder than it looks. I'm gonna go the easy way of doing this. So you can go up any slope by just spamming pause and spamming the go fast key. Because it will reset the falling animation and you just won't fall down. So now we're gonna go here and do a ledge board up here. Like I said before, if you're on something and then you fall off and jump, we'll do a springboard. We're supposed to be doing a fight in there, but we're just going to run so far away that it despawns all the enemies, and that's actually a lot faster. There's a safe house down here. Alright, Joe. Come on, dude. Don't do me like that. But yeah, anyone familiar with the first game, you would do like sergeant boosts everywhere. The developers of this game liked that, so they just kind of put a button in that puts you at full speed anyway. So I'm going to try and grab this after I skip a cutscene, and if I do it at the right time, it won't teleport me somewhere else, it will just bring me back here. 1, 2, 3. And too late. Yep, that was fine. So it would have teleported me back to the lair that I ran from, and I would have had to run all the way back here, but I'm just gonna stay here the entire thing and run into where we need to be.
Oh, that's the drive.
And that is flight. I'm actually very close to being on PV pace, which is strange, because I installed this game about an hour before I did this run, and I haven't done a New Game Plus speedrun in about 2 years, so...
Another crane, Icarus.
So in this mission we need to go and meet some people who are going to take care of us now that our dad's died. Although he wasn't really our dad, but he was our ring leader, and he's dead, and now we need someone else to lead us because we don't know how to think for ourselves. We're very thin thighs in this game. Anyway. It's a woman called Rebecca, and she lives in the tunnels. H drive. You have to open this, like, it's not usually closed, but during this mission they close it and they make you open it. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, we're gonna do another skip, kind of. Usually we need to press that button, you can see the icon for it up there. But we're just gonna abuse the wall running physics in this game. So if you look to the left and jump right on the corner of a wall, it's also harder than it looks, but you will just wall run around the corner. Doesn't really make sense, but it works. Another thing I haven't mentioned yet is wall boosting, so you'll see me just jumping on a wall and jumping off of it. That's basically all it is, but all you need to know is you have to jump far enough away from the wall that the wall will pull you into it, and then it just adds a bunch of speed when it does.
And that makes 2 of you.
This game is easy, dude. Right, next up we have got encroachment.
The hero of our times.
I'll be honest, I don't remember what you do in this mission, but you push something into a hole. That's all I remember. We're gonna take this route in this tunnel here. This place is very dark, so sorry if you can't see. It's not my fault. I don't remember how to do this properly. I guess that works. So, if I do a springboard here and then I turn my camera to the left, I can just barely run on that railing. And that'll let me jump off into the next something. Yeah, there you go. There's one thing pushed. Should we count like Sesame Street? One push. Oops. Two push. I've never actually seen Sesame Street, so that might not even be from Sesame Street. Apologies if it's not. Alright. There's one more thing we need to push. We're just basically we're taking the environment they want us to like figure out puzzles in, and we're just doing them a different way. We're not doing any of the puzzles. Just sort of making our own way through. 3 push. Or 4. I don't know. Lost count. I can't count to 4. British education. Alright, that's the end of that mission. I don't really know what the point of that mission is. Yeah. Now this is one of the best missions in the game, because it actually has a lot going on in it and there's a lot of out of bounds and things like that. So. Straight away, we go this way. We're about to kidnap, I think he's like the mayor? I don't know what he is in this game. He's a VIP and we're gonna kidnap his kid. So those are the jumps I was talking about that are like 3 frames each. I got like 6 of them. So. Guess you could say I'm a pretty big deal. Alright, we're out of bounds already, by the way. That's why we did the slide. We're going to do another ledge board, trigger a cutscene from out of bounds, and we'll stay out of bounds. Then we can just go around this corner. And down here. And then we can run on this wall and grab this pole. And go up here, even more out of bounds. This wall's weird, like sometimes you can't climb it, so you just have to keep jumping until it works. Not really sure what says you can or can't climb it. Yeah, now we are back in bounds. That didn't skip too much, but it skipped a bit of waiting around and a cutscene. But now that I've done that, I won't be getting any more checkpoints, so if I die, that's probably a GG. So we'll have to try not to die, I guess. Do I do oob in real life? I do. I don't really. But yeah, we're just making our way through again, using dodgy collision to go past that we weren't supposed to. This is also a skip. Skip's going around on the inside. Probably saves about 20 something seconds. We're going to do another ledge board here, but we're going to spam crouch to get a little bit higher. That will let us grab this. And we'll pick this up because why not? We don't have to, but might as well. climb on here and then up here. Do a springboard.
Alright, sit tight while I
If anyone's familiar with the first game, you'll know that sometimes if you get to like a set piece too fast, it will just like not work.
jump to it.
Same thing happens here. You have to wait for it to like fully come down, otherwise you just get stuck.
Hang on while I turn this thing.
If you ever tire of being around, you can
I'm not
always
gonna get
become a
world
crane
record.
operator,
My
Chris.
PB is like nowhere even near that.
Yeah, it seems I got the basics down at least.
Right.
Alright, go
So,
deal with the second terminal.
again, we're gonna go out of bounds. I think this was the first skip found in the game by Sasuke, because the game just like wasn't telling him where to go, and he thought that this was the intended route. So he just found this skip by accident. But yeah, there you go. That skip's running a loop inside. Oops. So now I'm going to do a wall climb, and then a quick turn glitch. And that's just going to push me to the side so I can land here. And then I'm going to get on here and do a ledge board and a wall run. And fall off the wall. Okay, I have a backup. I don't think I've ever had the record in this game. Didn't play it enough. But yeah, that's another skip. Everything you skip in this game is usually just running around a part of the section. Like, it's not a huge skip. I am plus 0.7 off of my PB, apparently.
Plastic. I'm at the
Alright,
waypoint.
so this mission we have to follow a helicopter and then grab onto it, and he will take us to a server room where we steal a bunch of data.
Make sure you get on it. Somehow. Vito should arrive any second now. Get ready, Faith. It's there. You need to catch it before they leave.
What is the world record?
And use the mag to
I
attach to it when they stop to hover.
don't know. To be honest, I don't.
Damn it! They're going to the wrong
I
coordinates.
think it's 49 something.
Stay on the Vito.
But yeah,
They should be stopping somewhere ahead to check on a building.
this helicopter is actually just on a timer, so you can get there earlier than it. Doesn't really matter how fast you go here, 'cause it's try and do a wall boost and then some bunny hops. That's a failed bunny hop. That's what they look like. You just sort of like flop on the floor and lose all of your speed. Like that. If I hit the right frame window, then I will keep all of my speed like this.
Finally. That stupid pilot can't navigate at all. I got them to stop. Use the mag before they leave.
Okay, I'm at the top of the pub. Nothing broken. I think.
Sorry about that. My
So
override
there's a
was
chance here that you can
Have
like
to make your way over to
spawn
the
in
dock.
this location and there's just nothing here.
To access prisoner data,
But I'm going to reload checkpoint here, because it'll put me further into the level. And it's not like one of those, oh, it just puts you a couple steps forward. It actually pushed you like a couple rooms forward. And then we're going to death abuse on here, because as long as we touch it and die, we'll just spawn here. So usually you like grab onto a bunch of elevators and then ride them down, but that's boring.
But the auditive effects are strong enough.
So the only one we're actually going to ride is this last one that you do.
And it would be a tremendous.
And we're not even going to go all the way with that. We're going to jump off here and try and hit this door.
I'm at the bottom of the elevator.
That'll stop us dying.
What next?
Alright. And now,
close to the umbilical.
I'm going to take a shortcut here.
Maintenance to the outside and then cross there.
This better be worth it.
The most direct route across.
First ever to break into the dock.
And instead of taking that elevator, we're just going to die down here. Because, once again, as long as you touch it before you die, you'll spawn where you want to be. And then if I'm fast enough when I spawn here, I should be able to get through this fan without it turning back on. Nope. Even though it clearly wasn't moving, but cool.
Once you get to the fan system, you're at the main server stack.
Oh, I was too fast actually.
Kruger sec.
Fine. So this game, when you roll, it's going to continually pull you forward. So if I grab this ledge and then I spam roll, it will just keep pulling me into this thing down here. I won't fall off when I land. And that skips this whole room because you don't have to keep running around it in circles.
Connecting to a priority switch.
Now get out. I'll start the decryption. I managed to delay the alarm, but it'll go off
Like
in a
even if you
minute.
have no speed and then you do a roll, it's just going to pull you forward.
From the main lobby.
Here's, I guess, the first force fight in the run. There was another one, but we skipped it by going out of bounds. So
I'm at the lobby.
I'm gonna have to kill this main guy here.
You'll have to wait for the next one.
Oh, that's bad. I was supposed to kill him from the springboard, but now I'm gonna take too long.
Right, you're on full alert.
Yeah, I kill that guy, and then I come down here and get this guy. Then I come back up for this guy, who is not where he should have been because I took too long. And then these guys spawn. And I want to get this guy first because he just falls over. And then I'll he's out. And then one guy will spawn here, but he's not very smart. Like he gets confused easy. He'll chase you around. If you grab this, oops. If you grab this thing, he just goes upstairs and stands above you. Yeah, you don't shoot at all in this game. This game wasn't originally supposed to be ran here, but it was something I had on short notice that fit the time slot.
Should have arrived. Get on it, and I'll make sure it gets out of there.
This white screen takes a different amount of time dependent on how high your frame rate is. If you have high frame rate, then you get a fast screen. If you don't, you get a really long one. So whenever someone submits a run with this game, we take that screen out completely.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Plastic. There's a
Do you
huge
like
blast door
cheese?
blocking my
If
way
so,
here.
you would probably enjoy these shoes. Maybe a bit of onion. She's got little elf feet in this game.
You really ought to go some machine plastic.
So right here, we've discovered that the guy that was supposedly dead, like our mentor guy, is not dead, and he's in this place. So we're gonna go bust the fella out.
I've been looking more at the reflection blueprint. Some of the underlying algorithms are older than me. They're beautiful.
This is really deep down, Plastic.
That's what I said. The conglomerate obviously wants to keep whatever's down there out of sight.
I'm there. It's
Was his
huge.
text that loud? What?
See, I figured out what those new security hubs are for. They're reflection.
Sorry.
It's a whole new grid connecting everybody.
I'm also dying. I can't shoot a gun. They don't let you have guns in this game. You can't pick up a gun. But yeah, right now we are just making our way through this secret facility. And we're gonna find our guy that's being held in secret. Sorry. Yeah, they shoot you a lot with electric guns. But they're not allowed bullets, so just electric. Some hot takes. Alright, so hear me out. No one ever agrees with me on this, and I can kind of see why. But mayonnaise, horrible. The worst thing to ever exist. Salad cream, on the other hand, goes on literally everything. You can put it on chips, bacon. Alright. So here's another oob. We're just gonna do that kick thing again, because it puts you out of bounds. And then, oh, nice. There we go, we're out of bounds now. And we're just gonna keep spamming roll. When we get here. We're gonna drop off here and do a 180 so we clip our ass through the wall. And then we hit that checkpoint. And then we can climb this wall twice by moving the camera in a certain way. That was fairly good. And that teleports us back in bounds. You can actually get straight to the end of this mission from the start, but the elevator we take at the end isn't there, so there's no way to progress. No, mayo is bad on everything. Just bad. Especially garlic mayo. People that have that, you disgust me.
Oh, you're okay. Great. What about Noah? Oh. Several Kruger sect teams are moving toward the tunnels above Kingdom Faith. Just so you know.
We're escaping, by the way, so I'm just taking this elevator up. I'm stuck. Oh, I'm not stuck anymore. Get up! Oh my god. You know what? I'm just gonna run away. That's what you're supposed to do. I was gonna climb the wall, but... I'm glad my mayo's getting me some good new friends. Here is the part of the run where we are going to break into the guy's house and steal more stuff. Sorry about that. I opened the window blind thingy. Alright, anyway. We got more vents, because there's just vents everywhere. We're going to be running through there soon.
Plenty of Kruger sect around.
Best to avoid them.
No.
Ooh,
It's time
this
to
way.
face them.
Forgot where we were going. Gravy on mayo? That's... I can't get behind that, I'm sorry. Alright, so... there's a springboard here that the game intends you to take, but it's actually really broken, so if you ever play this game, don't take it. Just run on the wall behind it.
Alright, I'm inside.
Half the time, it just doesn't work.
You need to work your way through the building to the top floor. From
Yeah,
there you should
need
be able
to
access
make our way
Kruger's
through
lobby
here.
if the schematics are correct.
I'm gonna try and climb up this.
Don't get killed.
It's not really the way I wanted to do it, because now I'm getting pummeled. But
Then maintenance.
yeah. I'm gonna take a shortcut here by climbing on this wall and then quick turn it off a bit.
I've reached entrance.
When you're through, you need to go all the way down again. From there, you should
I
be
mean,
able to reach the lobby.
gravy is pretty good. It's probably my like second favorite behind salad cream. You ever just have like a bowl of pasta like in gravy? It's kind of like pasta soup, but you got gravy as like the water. That's pretty good.
Once you get through, you might be able to climb the elevator shaft to the apartment.
That's stupid. There has to be another way.
But yeah, now we are making our way to the elevator that goes up to his apartment. No?
Faith, are
Hmm.
you in the main elevator?
Should try it. It's good. I call it pasta
You're in
soup.
the clear. For now.
Good.
can even throw in a couple meatballs if you want.
Kroger still has no clue why I'm here anyway.
At least not yet. And Plastic thinks she can tunnel into the system and...
Oh yeah, that thing just kind of comes through the elevator. Like,
I know I can.
someone looked at that and thought, yeah,
But Faith
that's fine.
needs to connect me.
Okay, so this is his apartment. Fancy.
Faith, you want to connect to Kruger's own terminal. The apartment has a home office from what we can see on the schematics.
So now we're gonna steal all of his data.
Shotgun in place. Connecting.
We got it.
He should have used ExpressVPN, today's sponsor for this stream.
The explosion messed up the security system. I got the tear store open. Get out of there before the beetles arrive. There are several drones around. Maybe you could ride one of those down. Are you out? You need to get down from there.
Yeah, that was the fastest data steal ever. And then we rode away on this drone that was just there for some reason.
Just hang on.
What does Kruger's shoes smell like? It smells like rich people. Okay, this is by far the worst mission in the game. This whole thing is built around moving platforms, and they are so broken when they're moving that they hardly ever work. And not in the sense of like, ah, haha, sometimes you can be bad and they don't work. I mean, like, you'll climb them and you'll just clip through them. Or you'll climb them and then it'll be like, hold on, do I need to move you up? And then you'll just get shot into the air. So I'm gonna try and avoid as many of them as I can.
Nobody ever appreciates the complexity of what I'm doing.
There is a VR of the first game. I think it's a mod or something. I did watch someone play it with Oculus Rift. Rich people smell like mayo. Rich people smell like dollar bills. Yeah. Right now we are hijacking the train system so we can take the train somewhere. Yeah, that one, all I did was stand on it and it pushed me to the side. Same with that one. This one I partially clipped through when I got it. Like, they just don't work. I don't know why this mission was included in the final build. But that was pretty lucky. Usually you get flung around a lot more than that. Poor people smell like Lynx Africa. Alright, we're gonna wait for this one on the right to go up a bit. I think I actually missed my timing, so I'm just gonna wait here until it goes up again. And when it hits about here, I'm gonna climb and grab the other one. Ah, that'll do. Will it do? I don't think that's gonna do. I'm gonna try and... That didn't work. Okay. This is, we're gonna go a bit sooner than we did last time.
60 seconds left. Move.
There we go. Now we can grab this ball. Usually you have to pull those out, and again, they're just broken when you do, and you'll clip through them and bounce around. So, fuck them. We'll just grab them when they're folded up.
Now you should have no trouble getting to the shards.
Plastic, is there anything you can't do?
Of course. Lots of things. And after all this, I will need to stay off the grid for a while. Everything I do leaves a trace, and sooner or later the grid
Sorry for my
watch will catch on.
language.
They are stupid.
No, you told me this was world record. That's called a collision boost. Combined with the bunny hops that let you keep your speed. Basically, in the beta, everyone was like finding all these glitches and then posting them on Reddit. And they were basically guinea pigs because everything that got posted on Reddit just got patched. Like everything.
I was afraid you wouldn't make it, but I never got
I found that collision boost in the beta, and I knew something like that would happen, so I didn't share it. And it was one of the very few glitches that made it into the full game that was known in the beta. So, you're welcome, speedrun community. Sometimes hiding strats is good, and sometimes hiding strats is bad.
According to the latest tally, almost 500,000 employees have already signed up for reflection.
Who is Kenzie
Doctors now
Kensington?
number in the tens of thousands. It's a complete success.
It's messing up the grid.
It'll mess a lot of things up if we don't stop it. Not the least the host themselves.
Yeah, like the beta version had like, in the first game you can kick off a wall and then jump.
Sort of a pity we won't get to see it.
In the beta version of this game you could roll off a ledge and then just jump mid-air as well. That got patched too.
The conglomerate will make it mandatory for all employees in Cascadia. It will eradicate what little personal freedom there is left.
That was a throwback to the first game, by the way.
Only a few.
They want you to do like puzzles here and not fall through the glass,
Stay on
but
the move phase, but
we
watch
can
out
just
for
use our
damage
not very
here.
big brains and run on this solid beam that cannot collapse. Very cool puzzle. Thanks.
There. Going up. And here we go.
So now they know I'm here.
They were already at high alert following the bombing. They'd shoot at anything.
What can I expect at the top?
Expect the control chamber to have some sort of security in place.
And we just have to ride these to the top.
Parameters, so you should assume the worst.
Wish I could be there with you. Figured I'd drop in on the party. Glad to see you're doing good. I can't wait to
There's
get
3 of them.
my body.
Don't know why we couldn't have just taken one. Would have been just as fun.
We can disable the nanites, but they will still remain inside you.
It's chilly
Alright.
up here.
And now we're gonna take 2 of the poles.
I just looked it up.
That don't look like they have a purpose, but they're here anyway.
That's not a serious problem below 18,000 feet. And you won't go that high.
There's a lot of distance from the area you're
Excuse me.
entering phase. Expect
Sorry.
odds to go down.
I'm dying.
Keep going and we'll reconnect once
Like,
you're
not legit dying, I've just got the cold. If you're fast enough, you can catch this before it gets around, and I was nowhere near fast enough. That is gone. Alright. We'll get a 2 cycle. That's fine. Gonna die a bit quieter. Sorry. Instead of running all the way down here and taking the stairs like a normal person, we're just gonna kind of make our way up here by doing a springboard and then turning it. Ugh. It's nowhere near intended. Like, that should have been a lot faster. That was probably even slower than taking the stairs.
My sister could hack through them, and she's even more stupid.
Alright, the final level of this game, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not being sarcastic. From here on out, all you do is just climb poles. That's it. You climb that one a bit differently because you want to skip something falling on your head. The rest of them, you just do this pretty much. I did not promise shooting, someone else did. And then I said, you can't shoot in this game. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? There's a little bit of not pole climbing. There's a little bit of venting. And a little bit of mag roping. And a little bit more of this elevator thingy.
I've never seen this many trees before. It's beautiful here.
Most employees don't know it, but fresh water is fast becoming a valued commodity in Cascadia.
That's too bad. The rest of the city could use a bit more of this.
Alright, and now,
Use the vent at
I
the top.
promise, all we do is climb a pole. So, this is I've been speedrunning for a while, and I've seen a lot of speedruns, and this is probably the most convenient skip I've ever seen. So basically, if you get on this pole, and then you jump to the swing bar, and then back to the pole fast enough, you kind of get glitched out, and it thinks you're on the pole forever, and you can just climb for a while. Just about 2.5 minutes, and yeah, you just climb for a while, and the end level trigger is just directly above your head, like very high up. So yeah, if you have any questions about me or the run, you might want to ask them now, otherwise you're just going to be watching her climb this for a while and nothing happening. There's like a part down there where we were supposed to go in, but yeah. What are my thoughts on German potato salad? I've never had it, sorry. That's my favorite color, lilac. Yeah, you can see the ending up there. There's like a little circle bit on the left. That's the end. So yeah, this is the most convenient thing ever. Like right at the start of the mission to right at the end. What's my favorite food? Minted lamb. Very good. Or pork and apple sausages are very good too. Warm and sour? Doesn't sound very nice. Minted lamb. Yeah, like lamb with mint on it. It's my favorite sauce to have with minted lamb. Salad cream. We go paradise? Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so time is coming up. As soon as I punch this door. What's wrong with minted lamb? It's just lamb with mint leaves on it. Right, so we're going to climb to the third one of this. We're going to jump off and bash the door. Time. Yep, that's a new world record of 56:36. It's only 7 minutes slower than the current world record, so good job. What's my favorite honey mustard? I don't like mustard at all. Very bad. Touch T likes very bad foods, apparently.
And my sister.
I have no sister. You left me.
Oh yeah, she's my sister, by the way. That's a plot twist in the game.
He said you died in the riots with Mom and Dad. I cried for months, and then I convinced myself that you never existed. It was the only way. Our parents! I saw it! And he killed hundreds more for the sake of reflection!
Isabel! Come! We're leaving!
You don't have to do what he says, Kat. You are your own person.
This has gone on long enough! Fire!
No, no, no!
Don't understand. I have to.
Yeah, he just falls. You hit him with a rock and he's gone and done. Get a nice booty shot there if you're into that. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd already been cut off, so I wasn't talking. My bad. The worst part about this ending is you just get left on that pillar on top of the giant thing. You have to like find your own way down. They just leave you there. No one helps you
And
down.
that's how it all went down. I wish I could say everything changed. That the employees rose up in disgust over reflection and overthrew the conglomerate. But there was no mass uprising. No riots on the streets. Kruger's sect remained in control. Life went on as before.
Yeah. She basically
Almost.
just says, I wish people
Because something had changed.
fought with what we were fighting for and couldn't do, but they didn't.
We'd
And then the
started
game just ends
something.
the same way it started. So
Something we intend to finish.
fuck the story in this game.